Hello. Okay, so this is decreased crime. And why? Because it's free. So I've been asked, like, how do I do my job searches? Because I work as a freelancer, independent contractor. I also will work straight hired on. With me, with my personality, I guess you could say I don't sit still. So if I can work different gigs, it helps me to occupy my time, my headspace, and I really love to learn different things. So, but the thing about working in healthcare is that what I do there's, which is just call center work. Sometimes there's a downturn. So what that means is um, doesn't matter how good you are for about 3 months of the year, you probably not going to be working. So some people, maybe have two adults in the family, a husband and a wife, or some type of spouse. That may work for them because they're able to, one can supplement the other one, you know, when they're not able to, um, you know, have all the work that they supposed to for the year. The other thing, some people may decide to, you know, find another part-time gig just to kind of supplement their income and hold them over so that they don't have to go on food stamps and Medicaid. Not that that's bad. There's nothing wrong with, you know, going on food stamps or Medicaid. Some people just prefer not to have to stand in line and do all of that gizmos and stuff like that. So you'll just find you something like a summer gig almost, but it's not summer. It may be fall or whatever, just to hold you over. And so what I do is you can go to any search engine you use, whether it's Chrome, Bing, whatever. Just put in Indeed.com. So this is not Indeed, this is Jobs to Careers. Scroll down and click here where it says Indeed.com in the URL part. So you have to excuse my eyes because my screen is over here. I'm looking over here and all those gizmos. So I click right here on search. And then because I like the virtual world, I like work from home gigs so much. I'm just a super duper geek at heart, no matter how uh, hard or mean my exterior may be. I'm just a geek, just a nerd. Um, excuse my ums. So I wrote down what I was gonna say so that I won't be like saying and. But I have a Lego set, but I cheat. I got the cheated kind that is like already put together. Even has like a little door. I'm always just so big on homes. I hate to be without a home. So of course my Lego is like a house. Because I've been homeless before and I never, so once you experience that, you try to avoid going there again and you realize that, hey, I got to pull myself up by my bootstraps. Nobody else is going to help me. And so I'm fortunate that I've actually paid, excuse me, um, was able to purchase the home that I live in so I don't have to make payments and stuff like that. But it's not like it's a brand new home or anything like that, I don't suggest that. Like, if you have money, then yes, get you a brand new home where you the only owner. But if you just someone who don't want to be without a roof over your head, you can find you a home that, let's say, is not on the condemnable list, but let's say most people don't want to live there. Maybe somebody died in that house. If your first home has to be the home that someone died in, it's not the worst case. I mean, you rather be homeless or live in a home maybe somebody died in. It's your first home. It's cheaper that way. Until you could do better. And then the goal would be to get it as cheap as you can so you can pay it off. You don't want to make payments for 60 years. You may not live that long, and then you're going to be a burden for your kids when you die. You don't want that, do you? So I wrote down what I had to say so I won't ramble off like I just did because that might have been too much information. But long story short, I mean, I'm not going to say I live in a hole in the wall, but it's paid for. If that's okay, then you understand me. Because, like I said, we don't want to. Welfare is better than living up under a bridge. You can do better. If you're American and you went to regular public school, you can almost work Mickey D's, you know, until you can do something better. You actually don't need welfare. Some people do that have small kids, no support, already been there, done that, got married, divorced, by myself, it is what it is. Kids. People love, seem like you always a target. Women with small kids, always a target. So I've been through all of that, brawls and all that kind of stuff. Although I don't look like the type of woman that you can gang up on and she's gonna fight you teeth and nail with everything that she loves, but it's not gonna be just real hard to come in. You can come in blind. But nevertheless, sorry. So I titled this "Going into Work as Looking for a Gig," Indeed.com, because that's the best search engine I found, and it's worked for me over the years. I'm not gonna say it's the only one you can use. I like it. So that's the title just means looking for a job is a job in itself, right? It's not easy. So finding the gigs is a gig in itself. I usually spend 48 hours daily searching and applying for gigs until I find one that I like that has a work-life balance, no to low stress. At times, when time is not on my side, what I will do is I usually have to settle for gigs that pay less than minimum wage as long as it pays the bills. And it may pay less because of the time and effort I have to put into it, considering how much I get paid. So it may pay less than minimum wage, but I would suggest to accept that for in between. Like if you can't have steak tonight, maybe we could just do some oodles and noodles until we can find something else. Now, I prefer virtual work. Working in a virtual world has always appealed to me ever since I was a little chappie. The only drawback to me is that if you don't interact with clients, you may find yourself in sleepville, which means that the production falls on your end and they can see that. So that's not good. But the a great job search site is Indeed.com, which is this one over here on the other side of the screen. And you see right now the pay is good for most gigs. And this website is a user-friendly website. All you gotta do, come in here, click apply, and go through the loops, asking you for your name, your address. Of course, you want to have your work history available to you so you can fill that in and your resume. Anybody needs help with that, you can comment or leave me your information. I'll reach out to you and help you out the best way I can. But let's say for this one, it's requiring that you have Medicare skills because with Medicare you have the Medicare, then you have the part A, B, C, and D, and you need to know how those work. because you're gonna have a lot of elderly people call, or the baby boomers. They're gonna call you, and they're gonna need you to tell them the ins and the outs and in as it pertains to Medicare. Although they may already know, they just want to make certain the laws haven't changed. But these jobs usually is going to tell you here what all you're going to do. I really don't worry about that part as much as I worry about this part where it says this is what you have to have. You have to have 2 years of Medicare, and they want medical billing within the home health or hospice, 2 years required. So maybe that's not working. You just keep on looking. Like this one says work from home, but it's coming up on the Sarasota, Florida. The person who put this in, they're not robots. They made a mistake. So you don't want to apply for this gig if you're trying to work from home. Here go. We have a receptionist. They're paying decent right here. Should pay the bills. If it don't, you might have to get two of these. Again, if you come across a gig that really doesn't explain what they do, then you would you would want to probably avoid that one. It may be a scam. Sometimes you can look right here where it tells you the reviews, but sometimes they can actually put those reviews in themselves. So you do have to learn the website, because not not everybody is on the up and up. Some people will try to scam you, and then you have people who want to scam you who actually have some kind of money, and that's probably another video in itself where you kind of don't know what's going on with that. Also, I like working the freelance or the independent contractor gigs. Usually those are not as stressful. People don't bother you and try to make sure you do everything, because you're working as your own boss and you supplying your own equipment and so on and so forth. And you know how to do what it is that they're trying to get you, what it is that y'all did. Now, the obstacles with working from home, of course, is going to be background noise, not being able to control your neighbors and other people in the community, loud exhaust pipes, mufflers, ambulance sirens, etc. will require, for the most part, for work from home gigs. The workaround I would say for the background noise is just to be a master with the mute button. I hope that I'm coming in loud enough. Also, you got to have reliable equipment, internet. I have to log into my PC almost an hour before work starts, just to make sure my PC has done all its updates. I do my own IT and all of that. If anybody need help with that, you can reach out to me and I'll try my best to work with you. I spend more money on internet versus I do on my mobile device. I just have to have reliable internet, and I'm always hardwired. Also, you got to say cheese. The higher paying employers who are going to want to see you cam on and be on webcam. I usually just wear a black bonnet over my hair every day, same thing, black shirt, so that it's simple, easy. I can get up and go to work. Some people try to act like they actually going into work and want to do the hair and makeup. Now they coming in late, and it's just crazy. So no glamour shots and whatnot, but just trying to make sure you come in every day. Also, office politics. Communication is hard with children, so with adults, it can be a hit or miss as well. I try to figure out what's the upper management culture already on the scene before I make any comments that might bite me later. Worst case scenario, you never want to walk off a job even though it's virtual. Simply, you want to quit once you're off, so that and put it in writing, like in an email. Just say, difference of opinion, stuff like that, and call it a day. And the hardest part about getting gigs is when they do your background checks and your work history. I always suggest to only disclose what you can prove for as your work history, references and stuff. And your background, go ahead and run your own background so you know what's on it. And then also, some people put those freezes on their credit reports. You want to temporarily lift those because it'll stop you or hinder you from being able to get those good jobs to actually do those type of complete background check, including your credit report, work history, your education. They'll look into all of that. And they also drug screen you. Although I work from home, um, on and off the ramps, they will actually have me select a location that I go to, local or far away, and actually, take a drug screen. So be prepared for that. So although you're working from home, it's almost twice as much work. It's real hard. And so that's about it, family. Um, just want to say um, thank you so much for clicking on my video. And just in case you didn't hear it today, I love you. And family, until next time, stay blessed. God bless you.